welcome back to my channel. I'm Barbara, and today I'm going to do a Get Ready With Me featuring the Morphe palette in Bronzed Mochas, otherwise known as 25B. And you can see it's a beautiful, cool, neutral palette, which I am just really enjoying. I've already gone and put my foundation on. It's a combination of It's CC Cream in the shade Light with Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation in the shade 52. I've mentioned this before. This is they used to be the same company with Chanel, so the formula is very Chanel-esque at a very non-Chanel cost. I love this product. I bought mine on Amazon. I just did a search on Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation, and I think for an ounce or a little over an ounce I paid for $16 versus $60 Chanel. And this is my old favorite. I'll use this as an all-over foundation. I put it on before the gym. I put it on before I go outside, period. It has an SPF of 50. It does not irritate my skin at all. It's very soothing, actually, and it provides beautiful coverage. I mixed both of them with 1 drop of Majestic Pure jojoba oil. It really helps with my flakiness on my skin, my dryness. It just helps the foundation to lay a little bit more nicely. And next I'm going to use Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer, Photo Focus eyeshadow primer. I love this, and I think it's a great product, and you can't go wrong with the price. It's a semi-matte formula. It's not, see, I probably even put too much on my finger. It's a semi-matte formula. Goes on very easily and just cancels out a lot of the darkness, creates a nice palette so your shade, your eyeshadow shades really show up beautifully, and they wear very well. I'm going to put on some concealer. Oh, you know what I think I'll use? I'll stick with the Wet n Wild. I'm going to use, I love this too. I believe it's called their Photo Focus Concealer Corrector, and mine is in the shade Light Medium. I just dab a little on. It's thick, it provides really good coverage, yet it's really malleable and easy to work with. Just going to kind of pat that with my ring finger. I keep it mainly right here where I'm darkest, in that sort of tear trough area. But then I will blend it all the way out and a little bit down. So I start here, kind of work it up a little where I'm dark, down, and then just take whatever's left, go right across and down a little bit. So definitely not your typical Instagram sort of high level, high contrast with tons of concealer. I find that's a little too much for everyday look, especially on a more mature skin. Now that all that's on, I'm going to do 1 layer of Coty Airspun powder under my eyes, and I'm going to put it on kind of thick, and the reason for that is I don't want any fallout from my shadow to get stuck under my eyes. So I'll prep the eye with some of the powder, and that way I can just brush away the powder and any fallout after. I'll try this puff. I'm not a fan of these puffs, but we'll see how it works out. See if I can get a little more powder. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the smell of this Airspun. I think they actually make an unscented. The scent doesn't bother me. I think it's really pretty. And I can't get any powder out. It's just pretty to me. There we go. It doesn't irritate my skin. And that's saying a lot because it seems like everything irritates my skin. Speaking of, my cat developed a little eye infection out of nowhere 2 days ago. I looked at her and one of her eyes was kind of pink, and she kept favoring it and trying to blink it, squeeze it shut. So I brought her to the vet, and the vet said it's very common, which I already knew because I read up on it before I went. I'm one of those people. And she prescribed an ointment that I had to apply myself 3 times for the first 2 days and then 2 times for the rest of the week. And it stings the cat's eyes and she hates it. And this is a cat that will let me do anything. I can trim her nails, I can shave her fur, you know, I can practically bathe her and she doesn't complain. But the eye drops is a whole other ball game. So I couldn't do it, and she was flailing about. And yesterday she punctured, you probably can't see it, but there's a little tiny hole at the top of my hand. And I've learned that when a cat punctures your skin with either their teeth or their claws, it's like a 50% chance of infection because the proteins or what have you in their saliva is not good for human beings. So on top of that, with my autoimmune condition, I really react. This has happened before. Once when we were playing, she accidentally bit me and broke the skin, and I ended up with an infection that needed to be aspirated, and I needed 2 rounds of antibiotics. Well, anyway, I called the doctor right away and said, look, I got clawed. What do I do? And he said, he prescribed a 5 days of antibiotics. So that's my world right now. And P.S. and by the way, I tried again with the drops. It's not working. I can't do it for the cat. I gave up. I failed. And I called the vet and asked if they would help me. So they're going to apply it twice a day for me. I'll have to bring her back and forth. But getting her into the carrier is a lot easier than trying to get eye drops into her face. It's just not going to work. So for today's look, I'm trying to think what I'd like to do. I think I want to keep it simple. I might go with something, maybe this shade. It's kind of a shimmery, not really quite a shimmer. It's more of a satin, but it's got a little bit of a taupey gray undertone, yet it's a brown. So I'm going to grab a brush and take that shade and apply it to my lower lid. Yep, not too heavy. I'm going to build it, see where I want to go with it. I could easily get a 1 coat opaque coverage with it, but I'm not sure if that's really what I want. I kind of like the way that looks. This Morphe palette is really good. They have a few different versions, and they even have some smaller ones. This one has like 18 shades in it, but I feel like they're all very wearable. And I think when I bought it, I had a gift certificate plus a coupon from Ulta, so it was really, I think the price is only $18 for 18 shades. But with the coupon and the gift certificate, it was a no-brainer for me. I'm going to go in next. I think I'm going to go in with this shade. It's got a little bit, it's like a violety brown. I love violet browns. And I'm just going to take that and apply it to the outer half of my lower lid. Yeah, I think that's pretty. I'll do the same on the other side. So, yeah, I used to work at Lord & Taylor department store years ago when there were certainly far less, this is before YouTube, before Instagram, before social media in general. And there used to be a lot less choices, and my go-to for eyeshadow was Chanel. And they were expensive then, and they're expensive now. But nowadays, with brands like Morphe, you don't have to spend that kind of money to get a good quality shadow. And in fact, it may be arguable that other brands are even comparable, if not better than Chanel quality. So that's my one eye look, 2-color eye look. I actually think I'm going to do a little bit of blending. Get a brush for that. So I took a little bit of that second color and put it into my crease. And now I'm just blending over the crease to soften any harsh lines. That looks good. Yeah, that's not bad at all. If I wasn't winging it, it would have been a lot faster, but that's okay. Plus, if I wasn't chatting so much. I think for liner, what if I use a little bit, one of these shades. I think I'll go back into that dark shade that I used. I'm going to spray a brush with MAC Fix Plus. And pick up some of that color. And you know what? I'm going to need a mirror for this. So let me take this little mirror and sort of drag it across as a liner. I like it. This mirror is dusty, I can't see. I think they're almost about even. A little flick on the end. You know, I love a cat eye, and I certainly wore one when they weren't in fashion back in the 80s. One of my high school pictures, I've got these ridiculous cat wings that nobody was wearing at the time. Everybody had big hair, and here I was rocking these Tommy Lee from Motley Crue inspired wings on my eyes. I guess you could say I was ahead of my time, even though the wing is back from, you know, originally from like the 50s and 60s. But anyway, I'd brought it back with a vengeance at that time, and it's not a good look in retrospect. But nowadays, I don't go as severe with my wing. I do like a wing sometimes. I'm not into the real heavy wing, only because I feel like it's a little harsh on my face, and that probably is because I'm over 40. Although I say that, but then I see it on other people and they look great. It's just not something I like. A couple people, if you know Samantha online on YouTube, she always rocks a winged eye and she looks beautiful. And then Beauty 101 by Lisa, she wears a very strong wing and it looks so pretty. And when I see it, I want to do it, but then I think, no, it's just too much. I'm not used to seeing it on my face, so it looks too harsh on me. So there you go for my 2 shadow and eyeliner look. Not bad. I like it. I'm going to put a little bit of eye gel on for my eyebrows. This is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. It's in the darker brown shade. And I like it because it's quick. I notice I've been gradually going a little bit more bold with my eyebrow. I think a full brow is really youthful and definitely enhances and frames the face. I don't think if you're not used to seeing yourself in it, it's not something you can do it all once or nothing, but it starts to look it can be a little shocking. So like in my case, I've just been gradually kind of increasing it as I go along, which I think is working out all right. What I like about this mascara sort of eyebrow gel is you can really stroke in a nice eyebrow without being super precise, which I kind of like. It's quick, it's easy, And like I said, I'm into the thicker brow. Is that a little Frida Kahlo? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it. See how I feel about it after. And what else can I do here? I think I'm gonna skip blush per se today, since I am working with a nice rosy cheek that's au naturel, like it or not. So I'm gonna put a little bit of bronzer on. And for bronzer, I've chosen to use my Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. And this is in the original shade. They have a light, but the light is orangey. This is more neutral. Marnie Goldberg, Miss Gold Girl, you probably know her channel. She had recommended it and said if you're fair, go with the original, not the light. And I didn't listen to her. I tried the light and she was absolutely right. It's just too orange. But this is nice. The only thing is I don't like the scent. It's very coconutty, copper tone, sun lotion, beachy, and it's really not a scent I like on my face, but a lot of people do. It doesn't bother me. It dissipates after I apply it, but I'm not crazy about it. So I'm basically applying this to the behind the apple of my, so here's the apple in the center, right? So I'm kind of going behind the apple into my hairline. So almost like where I'd put, pretty much where I'd put a contour, just to warm up the face a little, give it some glow. Same thing up here. And along the jawline. And a little bit on the nose. Yeah, that's all. I'll put a little bit closer to the apple. I move it around. It's not always the same. And I'm actually going to put a little bit of highlight on today. And for that, I've chosen my good old Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana, which is a beautiful highlight without shimmer for fair complexions. It just adds a little bit of lightness and brightness, but it definitely is not, it's not sparkly or too shimmery, which I don't like. See, you can see a nice glow. Healthy glow, brightens up the face a little, but no shimmer. Lips, I'm just going to pull out whatever comes. Oh, Cardamom by Chanel. It's a warm, sort of nude. It's a nude with a little more, it's a punched up nude with a little more rosiness to it. That's how I describe it. And lipstick, this is a number 7 gloss. What is it called? Whisper. I haven't worn it in a while. You noticed me sniffing it and wanted to make sure it's still good. You always know when a gloss turns. I'm just using the wand to sort of blend it into the lip line. I want subtle definition there, but not a harsh line. Another thing I rocked in, let's see, the 90s and 2000s early was a really strong lip line. I think I almost invented that, but I know I didn't, but I was definitely one of the first, and I went hard with it. Yeah, that's my eye look. I think that looks okay. I'm gonna just clean this area up a little. I'm gonna put on some mascara. First I have to curl my lashes. And this is the Tarte curler. I think it was $18, but I got it during the Sephora sale. I love it because of these handles. They're so easy. I don't like the ones that you have to stick your fingers in like the metal rings. I found one just like this though for $4 on Elf's website. So if I had known that then, I would have saved myself a lot of money. But I have it, I'm using it, I'm enjoying it. But I would recommend that if you wanted one with a handle like this, try the one from Elf first. Even if you have to pay some shipping, it's still not going to be as expensive as this. And it'll probably work just as good as what I'm guessing. I can't see what I'm doing in this monitor. Winging it. I think I got that. For mascara today, I'm still going to use my Wet n Wild Max Fanatic. I like this mascara a lot. It's lengthening and thickening, and it washes off easily. I don't find that it flakes or speckles under my eye. It doesn't irritate my contact lenses. It's been pretty good. And I think it's a nice rich black color too. Not all blacks are the same when it comes to mascara. I guess mascara and eyeliner. But the wear on this is nice, and the fact that it comes off so easily is so nice. Just going to build up a couple of coats. There we go. So if you're looking for a palette, whether you want warm or cool, you want a good value, I would suggest going over to Ulta with one of your coupons and checking out the Morphe palette. Like I said, this one is 25B, and it's a cool neutral palette on the cool side. But they also have warm, I think it's 25A or something. And they have other like sizes too, but I'll get a lot of use out of this, and I'll do another eye look or two featuring it to just show different colors and how I might work with them. But here's my eye look, which I think is really nice. Not too dramatic. I left the bottom of my eyes bare again. I've been doing that a lot lately. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Leave your comments down below. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.